Hello, 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 beloved magnetic leaders. Welcome to the Healing the Core Wind free healing session. Who is here with me? Say something below. Tell me where you're watching from, and please share with me your intentions on this session. What are you expecting to get from this? And just breathe in deep and just connect with your body as I'm just centering myself as well. And just imagine we are sitting in one room holding our hands, and we're just going to expand and invite in our team, invite in our ancestors of pure light and love, the I Am God team. And just connect deeply with your body and pull your awareness, anchors, and response from anyone and everything back into your divine line. Whatever that you're doing, if you are here, giving yourself time to be present, to connect with yourself, to open up to this session, healing the God wound. It's quite interesting because the word that is coming through is like the core God wound, the core God wound. And as I'm saying this, I'm just feeling already there's a pain that is coming through on the heart as I'm just speaking about this. So I'm just inviting you to be in the body, to be present, to release anything and everything that you are doing, whatever that you're doing, whatever that you're carrying, you can go back to it after this session. So as we are here, I want you to first thing give the team that I'm working with permission. If you are here listening to this and open and willing to receive the healing that is coming through, I just want you to write below, I give the I Am God team permission. You give yourself permission to receive this healing. And we are working with your higher self as we're working through this already. The energy is coming, it's coming through as we're speaking. So just open up and give the team permission to work on you so that whatever that is being transmitted in this now, you can fully receive it and release what does not serve your highest and greatest good, And I want you to feel into the I am God. When you say I am God, what is coming through? Because as I'm speaking about this, what I'm feeling a lot of fear that is it's building up. There's a lot of fear that is building up. There is a lot that I'm feeling in your root chakra already, which shows it's exactly the energy that we are talking about here, the core wound where we are disconnected from who we are, from our true beingness. And the main problem here when you talk about the God wound is the denial of the God, the disconnection with the God, the belief that God is something that is out there. And you think when you're talking about God, the frequency that is here will be love, will be expansion and all the joy that is coming through. But what is often hidden, suppressed, and avoided because of the fear of who God is, because there is this conditioning of the God who is going to judge people, So people are not honest with how they truly feeling. They are not relating with God as the I am. They're relating with God as the authority that is not fair, as the authorities that is watching the wrongness that you are doing so that you can be punished. People are not are able to be to open up and receive and get to know the God self that is within each and every one of us. So I'm just inviting you as I am speaking about this, and I just want you, if you are open, to comment below, I am God. And as much as you might have said this word before, I invite you to connect. When you say that, feel into your body. What is coming through your body? What are the thoughts that are coming through? How do you feel when you say I am God? Do you feel aspects of yourself screaming like, no, you're not God, you can't be God, feeling unworthy of being God, feeling not safe, feeling like this is like egoistic or something like that? When you embrace the truth of the God that you are. So right below, I am God, and observe what is coming through for you. And just take a deep breath and connect with the body as you invite your body at the level of I am God consciousness to just come through as well, and also share with you the imprints that is holding into the disconnection, even the power that has been taken from the body, because the body is its own living organism. It has its own unique intelligence as well, you know. But we do not allow it to show us, to guide it, to be the it, to be the God consciousness and heal itself as needed. We are coming through with the limitation of it's just a body, you know. And it's quite interesting because what is coming through is just to share my story. Basically, I never thought I would be talking about the I am God, because in my awakening, there's a lot of pain that is coming just around. Just take a deep breath. A lot of pain that is just coming around the heart. You may feel it on the breast. It's just going deep. So we're just working on that as I'm speaking about this. Just take a deep breath and share what is coming through. If at all you're just watching this on replay, hash replay. When I started my journey, and most of the people can relate with this, where when we shift, when we awaken, we want to release the whole religious thing. Like the whole God thing is the religious thing, and we don't want to relate with anything religious. So we connect with the universe source, because we don't want to relate to relate with the religious God that is more oppressive and all that. So we just separate and start using the source universe. But what you don't realize is that as much as we may move on and talk about the universe source and use all sorts of names, at the end of the day, we're still carrying the imprints of this God consciousness that has been where we were creating our life or perceiving God from for many, many, many generations. Like I say, this is the ancient ancestral wound, you know. So I am one person who shifted away from this, and I didn't want to relate with anything God. And I was okay with the universe source. And somehow, at some point, I was just comfortable with the word God, because I felt like I've healed the charges around the word God. So I started using it until of recently, when this came through, and the message was just to channel and share this message that is coming through of I am God. And the first thing that came through again was this, oh my God, the thing, like I am God. And I felt a lot of charges coming through again, and I was just being guided that this is where we get to be. This is what we need to heal, you know. And as I was talking about that, I was shown a lot of people who are praying, and whenever something is not going right in your life, you kneel down, you pray. Or even if you don't kneel down, but whatever, whether you are saying infinite creator or that, you are still praying to that source, you are still praying to that God. And in the moment when, for instance, you are diagnosed or something, there is an illness, you feel that, like, God, see me through this, or God disappointed me. There is grief, you lose somebody you love, a parent, a child, at those moments, a pet. There is still a part of you that feels like, God, you are not with me because this thing happened. There is so many incidents when you are praying, asking God to guide you, God to hold your hand, God to save you. And everyone is praying through this. And what is happening is just that when I connect with this energy, what is coming through is a lot of anger, disappointment, powerlessness that is coming through, especially from the ancestors. And the question that came through was just that: what kind of God are you talking about? Who is God? If all the wars, the abuse, the rape, the hunger, and all the things that we are perceiving from the world as wrong, if all those things exist, how can they be God? That's the question, and the question that most of us in human form, we are asking this question: how can they be God if there is so much pain? How can they be God if there is death? How can they be God if probably you want money and you feel like there is no money? Then they can be God, because God would be seeing you through that which you need, you know and you may be experiencing the injustice, like in my case, where I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, where I was separated with my children. And through all this, authorities, the injustices, the corruptions, and all that, the question was just that: why do I have to go through this? God, see me through this, you know and there's a lot that is coming through as well with the throat chakra and all that, because especially if we're talking about the God wound, we are not open to express the pain that is coming through. I was working with somebody not so long ago, and with the anger that she felt, at first she just opened up to say that if I get to express what I am truly feeling, it's gonna come through as if it's blasphemy, because we are not open to talking about this. There is judgment when somebody just expresses their disappointment in God. It's like, even when you're talking about the loss of somebody you love, the energy here is always is God's will. And what does that even mean? It means there's nothing that you can do. There's a certain sense of feeling powerlessness. We just get to accept it. But how do you truly feel? You understand? So you don't process your pain. You don't really feel your authentic emotions. And this is the thing. If you are showing up, especially when you talk about somebody that you worship, because that's just the truth that is out there with worshiping this God, that you get to come from the powerlessness and feeling like, God, see me through this as I am suffering, without any power, wanting to be rescued. And as you worshiping this God that can make a decision depending on whether you are behaving or not. That is the conditioning. The belief that you get to be rewarded for being a nice person. You get to be rewarded for good behavior, for being holy, the choice of who gets to be God or talk about God and all that, and you distance yourself from this embodiment of your authority, being your authority in your life. And you feel like God deserted me, yet you are the one who deserted God. So there is a lot of energy, a lot of judgment, ancestral, and you consciously, you might be going through your life consciously believing that this is what I want. I'm connected to God. I'm accepting of God, and I know God is gonna give me this, whatever that you want. And yet your ancestors, they are angry. They feel like you can't do that, because just for starters, some of you are disconnected from your roots, as in like your roots, your ancestors, and all that. You want the whole expansion, the highest expression of that God, but you don't want to connect with I don't want to say the lowest, but it's more like the groundedness, the foundation, which again is what is coming through, that it's just infinity. It's the continuation of your beingness. It's not highest better than or lowest lower than. It's like all the expression of source, And if you are disconnected and not wanting to embrace your roots, not wanting to embrace your who you are, where you come from, because you believe it's less than the God that you are seeking outside of you, the God that you are seeking in buildings, the God that you are seeking in the clouds, and you are not connecting with the God that is your roots, with the God that is the plants, the animals, the kingdom, because it is that consciousness that is here. So this disconnection, even from the ancestors, it's like you choose to go and chase God or worship God or praise God, however that you perceive it, but you are disconnected from who we are. That is your origin, your ancestral lineages. So with this disconnection, there is a conflict. That's why it's very important. Just take a deep breath and just feel into your body. Feel your chest expanding. And observe what you're feeling as we're sharing this. Is there part of you that is resisting? Are you open to receive all this? Or a part of you feels like, no, I'll rather stick to what I know, because to I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just here to share with you what I share with you, and you get to connect with yourself, connect with your own truth, your highest truth. What is your highest truth? What is true for you? Those who are in alignment with what I'm sharing right now, open up to that as well. If you feel like, no, I'm not in alignment with this, it's still fine. It's not right or wrong or anything. It's not to convince you of the wrongness of anything. It's just the invite is for you to connect with your body and see how you're feeling, because what is coming through even right now, there is still a lot of pain that is coming through in the root chakra. Some of you holding this pain in your right, I'm feeling it on the right knee, because as I said, when you heal this God wound and integrate your masculine energy, we related or perceived God as the masculine, as the man, and we have given our authority to the man. And that's the patriarchy, that's the toxic masculinity, where we do not feel safe. And the truth of it is that as long as you do not feel safe, you cannot create, you cannot receive. When you don't feel safe, your creative power is also affected. When you do not feel safe, your chances of receiving are also low. And the masculine energy is very important because it plays a part of the structure. And when you are not open, or you have not integrated this aspect, or you are relating with it from this God who is judgmental, the God who is waiting for you to do wrong or to punish you, then you will see this playing out also in your outside life, because this is a conflict that is within. When you are not united, like fully the masculine and the feminine integrated from within, you're going to have this power fights outside of you, power conflicts outside of you with other men, or with those institutions that you perceive as the authority. So where in your life are you seeing this relationship issues with men? It can be with men as in like with your father, it can be with your supervisors, it can be with your lovers, it can be with your husband, partner, spouse, whatever you call it. It can be even with your children, it can be with the law, the medical institutions, yeah. So where do you see this playing out? So just take a deep breath as this is calling you to come within and release all the discordant energies, perceptions, beliefs between you and the masculine energies. And the disadvantage of this, or not integrating this energy and not healing this core wound, is that it even stops you from fully evolving and embodying your I am God presence, or embodying your inner intelligence, fully aligning with your soul purpose. It stops you from fully aligning with your wealth, with your joy, with your pleasure. because you are trying to go through something with the mind that knows what it knows, the information that is a lot here, but your body might be saying something. You cannot do that because, so what is coming through and who is with me, who fully gets what I'm saying. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to write them below. And what actually came through, one of the things that came through with this I am God, even if you don't believe in yourself being God, or part of you feels like you're just being too much, if you align with I am God, if you feel like it's too much, it's okay for you to align with I am me. That is also detached from your name, what it means, and why you were called that, and the societal, tribal, cultural agreements and all that. You are just detaching from that and holding into the I am me, and allowing this mysterious me that is not attached to roles, positions, responsibilities, or whatever labels that you may have out there. It's kind of like, I'm just me. It's not a mother, a father, or whatever. It's just like me, and you allow the mystery of me to just open up and guide you into who you are being and who your soul desires to express itself as you. And talking about desires is just that. When you are not healing this core wound, you disconnect from your true desires, your authentic desires. And you keep on doing what you were taught, told, or what you see other people doing. The question is, what is it that your soul is here to express in this lifetime? What are the things that you are here to put an end to? Right? So what is coming through as I'm speaking about this? Where are you having a knee-jerk reaction? And where in your life, even though you may not be sure, do you see the same patterns playing out? Because some of you are going through the time where all that you have created, because all the creation that is in this limitation that is from fear. We are in the time where all this creation from fear is being dismantled. All that you created from fear, all that you created from the not knowing of who you are is being dismantled. And rightfully so, also depending on what you are here for you to remember and express at a soul level. So when you connect with the soul path, when you connect with what you're here to do uniquely, you realize that it might be something different from what you learn or what you're told you should be, and your soul is expressing itself as it's expressing itself, and all the old paradigms, the old way of creating, the old perceptions, the foreverness, even in marriage, or even doing something that does not that does not expand you, that you do not like, that stifles your creativity power. It's not something that is expansive for you. And when you're looking at it from your family's perspectives and all that, you might feel like, oh, yeah, I'm not enough, I'm not doing well, all those things that are coming through, because for them it's kind of like, why can't you just do this, what everybody did or everybody does? And you feel called to something different, and you might still be roaming around trying to find that which can light you up. And this is what I mean when I talk about the being turned on. You are looking for that which lights you up, because all that you are doing, or what everybody has been doing, when you choose to do that, it doesn't light you up, it doesn't turn you on. And that's also a sign that is not in alignment with what your soul is here to express. And you might feel, as much as there can be a part of you that feels like, I don't care, but there's aspects of yourself that are still secretly wishing that it could be accepted as it is. And there is a tendency as well of stifling who you are in truth, of hiding your truth. This is why the energy of the throat was just coming through, because if you are not embodying who you are not speaking your truth fully. So where in your life do you find yourself holding your words, swallowing your words with an illusion of I just want peace? Where do you find yourself being or doing something? It could be being in a marriage or being in a job that is not expansive for you, but you know that if you can just open up and leave that and go do something, it's going to be like you are crazy, because people don't understand that. The question is, do you understand you? Because when you understand yourself and you show up from fully that embodiment of who you are, fully being guided by that desire from the soul desire, and allowing who you are to evolve with curiosity, so that we can express that which you are here to express, which is unique, beloved ones. It's not what everybody else is doing, is what is unique for you. And for you who are meant to be the way showers, the leaders, you are the one who gets to experience this dismantling first, where no matter how much you want your life to look like, the script that has been written for so many people, for you it doesn't align. It doesn't light you up. It's not for you, because it's not meant to be for you. Since you are unique and you are here, your soul is here for something totally different. The question is, are you open and willing to allow it to express itself? You may have grown in a family where there is a problem with money, experiencing poverty, like scarcity, victim consciousness, and all that. But your mindset is different, where you feel like they do not understand me, I do not fit in. And instead of allowing this, just breathe in and feel there's just a deep pain that is coming on your chest. Just continue breathing into your body. Instead of feeling that pain of I do not belong, celebrate that, beloved one. Celebrate that, because you are not meant to fit in. You are not here to fit in, because there is something unique that is your soul is here to express. So let go of the pain that they're gonna accept me at some point. They're gonna I wanna fit in, trying to please people so that you can be accepted. Don't trade your uniqueness to fit into the normal, because you are not normal. You are not here to fit into the normal. Allow yourself to be who you are. Accept all of you and express what your soul is here to uniquely express, as you align with your unique signature blueprint. Because what you desire, the wealth, the bliss, the wisdom, the pleasure, the peace, all that you desire is in your unique signature frequency blueprint. And the more you are back and forth, I can be that, oh, do you accept me? Or then if you don't accept me, then I'm just going to fit in and be like everyone else. And then you take another step, you're like, oh, it feels good to be here. Then you are the one who is playing around with your power. You can never embody your power if your desire to fit in is way more than the embodiment of who you truly are. Let's take a deep breath. How are we feeling with that? So I just invite you to connect with the I am, and invite your team at the level of its high self to also be here, your body diva at the level of its high self. And then just expand and feel into your body. As we invite your body diva at the level of its high self to bring in the highest imprints that it's holding into of the God wound. The feeling that God is not present, the feeling that God is not accepting of you, all the unanswered prayers, all the grief, the anger, the guilt, all the emotions of shame, even, all the unworthiness, feeling that you are not worthy of God, you are not worthy of being called the I am God, We just inviting your body, Diva, to bring all of that here and imagine in between us here, there is a big fire that is just here. Unless you are releasing all that, the baggage that you are even carrying from other people, where you want other people to evolve, you want other people to see your, just take a deep breath to see your perceptions, where you've given your power to all these people, you have given your power to circumstances. There's a lot of pain that is coming in the solar plexus. Yeah, right there. So all that you're holding, all the energetic imprints that you're holding, all the energetic information that you're holding from other people, even some issues that you may have with other people, it's just that there is something of theirs that you're holding. So imagine all that is not yours, you're just sending it to the people, and all that are all the discordant grids, all the false matrices, all the false white light metrics, because all that we perceived as God, it was from this lower vibrations of wanting to have power over other people, wanting to have followers, instead of people being guided to connect to their true self, to connect to the true God that is within, to know that they are the authorities of their lives. Then the people have been lied to and misled to follow other people, so that people can have power over you. So if you are open and willing to embrace and call back your power, release all these false light white matrices, release all this God that you have made human, all the baggages that you're carrying, all the time that you felt disappointed by God, all the prayers that have not been answered. Repress, avoided emotions that you do not want to feel, yet in truth this is like what you're feeling. So open up and just release all that, as you're inviting your higher self to just fully connect and remove and remove and all the emotions, all the imprints, all that you're holding into that doesn't serve your highest and greatest good. We just command all of that to be cleared at every fractal level of existence, with its hooks and anchors, and remagnetize back into 0 point. Remagnetizing all the beliefs, all the fears, all the limitations, all aspects of yourself that are still holding into doubts. All of that, we just command all of that to be remagnetized back into 0 point. All of you who are open and willing to know the truth, we just ask that you be guided to know the truth of who you are. We ask that you be open and will be guided to align with your highest truth, your highest consciousness, and your highest potentials. Any and all ways that you have perceived yourself as less than, based on the structure that is out there. Because the structure that is out there, like there is what is, as in like you go to school, you do that, you get married, the success as per the society, and that is not fulfilling for you. The question is, what is it that is more expansive and fulfilling for you? So open up to be aligned with this 100% full potential, 100% expansiveness, your wealth, 100% wealth, all aspects of yourself that you've pushed and denied, because according to the scriptures that you've read, according to all the conditioning that in the programming, it's not holy enough. What is that? Because I am God is that activation. So I just invite you to open up as you call forth the highest frequencies of the I am God, the monadic self, I am God, to activate within your body. And as it's just coming through anything and everything that is less than I am God presence, all of that is clear, transmitted, deleted at this point of origin, with this hooks and anchors are remagnetized back into 0 point, bringing in the highest frequencies of self-love, of self-respect, self-integrity, self-acceptance, self-awareness, bringing in the highest frequencies of self-respect, because you might be looking outside of you and feeling like people do not respect you, yet you are not respecting yourself because you are not willing to connect with who you truly are. Because self-respect is knowing who you are. Self-respect is allowing your gifts and abilities to express themselves through you. Self-respect is aligning with the soul. That truly is your power. But if you are looking at yourself and what you get to have from this limited perspective of just what the human is, or even the mind, because what is happening is people have given their mind all the power and suppress the heart intelligence, suppress the body intelligence. This is why I'm saying you do not, when you talk about free will, you do not give the body its free will just for the body to embody its I am God. body consciousness and show you how it feels like to heal, what it gets to do without you intervening, right? So you've given your your will to other people as well. So how would it feel like for you to just fully embody, be responsible for yourself, being your own authority, and align with the I am God, as we just ask that unique signature frequency blueprint of the I am God to anchor within you, releasing all the baggage, all the feeling of not being supported that is coming through so strongly, not feeling supported by God because God does not listen to you, not feeling loved by God because you have not seen God at play. And if you're still holding into the God that is a man, a God that is raping, abusing, sexual abusing, the God that is waiting to judge you, the God that is, and as I'm speaking about this, I'm just inviting you to open up and release all the false, discordant, white light matrices, all the false grids, all the false matrices of the God consciousness that you've made human, and ask the God in you, the I am God presence, to show itself to you, to be at play in your life. And I invoke the elemental beings of pure light and love to be present and to clear what needs to be cleared, neutralize what needs to be neutralized, and integrate what needs to be integrated right here and right now. And I command that the healing will continue as long as it is needed for your highest and greatest good. Anywhere and everywhere where you do not feel safe, anywhere and everywhere where you are conflicted, anywhere and everywhere where you do not know what to listen to, asking that you be guided. And I just invite you to open up as we are doing this healing. We are also sending this healing to your ancestors who are open and willing to embrace this for the highest and greatest good, and sending it to your children and your children's children. And this will continue as long as it is needed. And as this healing is happening, I'm just calling for the earth and the ocean to expand this healing, to connect and anchor this healing here on the earth. And those of you who are open to receive it, anchoring it, those of you who have agreed that you will remember that I am God in this now time, may it be so. And you can just continue listening to this as long as it is needed. There is a lot of energies that is just coming through. Yeah, increasing our perception so that we can perceive the God differently. So if you are interested in my work, this is one of the things that I start with. Is at the core. When I talk about freedom of individuality, it's basically releasing all the ancestral imprints and dissolving all the false matrices and all the discordant grids, of who you were told you are, so that you can fully connect and embody that I am God presence. And it's a lot. It's something that I cannot talk about in a 40 minutes session. It's quite a lot that we dive in, but I just wanted you to connect with this. If at all you are connected to your body and you are listening to this from just fully grounded in your body, not from the mind, because most of the people, what I've realized is that they are coming from the mind. They are not present in the body. Whatever that they do, they're coming from trying to understand, but it's not about the words, but the frequency that is coming through. So when you just close your eyes and just connect deeply with your body and allow yourself to feel the sensation that are coming through, there's a lot that you can get from this. And if at all you are more like in the mind, listening to the words, I invite you that the next time you listen to it, just close your eyes and connect deeply to the body and allow yourself to be guided. And if you feel like, you know what, how I've long wanted to know my purpose, I want to embody who I am. I want to let go of the limitations, the doubts, and all that. Oh my God. Please reach out, because what is happening right now is like the womb. It's the womb energy is just knocking. It's like there's a knock that is just coming through to say, hey. So this is basically where you get to go to anchor into that what you are here to give birth to. Like I said, that you cannot give birth to something that you do not conceive. So what are you called to express? So if you feel like how I want to have a conversation, reach out to me and let's have a conversation. And we'll see what is stopping you and what I can do to help you. Because this is my gem with the I Am God team that is present, and your team is also present. And this healing is it's happening at the level of your highest self. So just allow your higher self and move out of the way. You'll come back and get your things later if you so choose. Okay? So I love you, beloved ones, and I'll leave you with that. Much love.